blown it yet.
It's
1 minute until showtime.
I'm sorry, when you lose 12 of the last 15
It's
and your
also
record
May.
is 3-12, I'm sorry, no. I don't buy that it's
I'm
May.
gonna take something out of Chris's book. It's May.
Yeah, but it's not getting any better.
It's not getting any worse. The fucking okay, we're not Oakland.
Yet. Maybe the Mets heard that Oakland was going to break their record. They're like, no, we have to keep the record of the worst team in baseball.
We're never going to be Oakland. No one's ever going to be Oakland. Oakland's literally tanking so they can move to Vegas. And if the development of what Vegas's stadium's going to look like, whoo, we're getting some polo ground moments here.
Where's Rachel Phelps on the team?
Oh, dude, I just saw some old school shit, so it looks good. I'll see if I can find it later, but 5 seconds.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
The fuck up!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Betting Window on the Nerdport Network. I am your host, Evan Ronnie, and with me, as always,
The Zombie Master.
as well as...
It is I, Chips, and play the song!
Listen to the fucking song!
Like the
If you get that reference, you're a better man than I am.
Well, time to put on the foil, coach, and...
Stuttgart
is not here yet.
He will be, hopefully.
I'll explain it.
Go ahead. Yes, explain your... Is that a...
Alright,
Is that a...
play the song is a thing that Anthony Organo said on 97.5 The Fanatic like years ago. And there's a song called Here They Come, and it's about the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay.
And they were getting ready for the playoffs. And he's like, we might have to bring that back. And every time they win, he's like, play the song, Tunis, play the song. And they play the song on the radio. And apparently that little thing, like, for a lot of people, because I said it today, and people that aren't even Sixers fans knew it. Like, I guess it's gotten pretty damn popular, so yeah.
Well, I mean, you have that, like, if you're a fan of, like, Sacramento, you got, like, the Beam. Now, if you're an Angels fan, you got, like, the A. If you're a Cubs fan, you got Raise the Flag. Pirates, obviously, Hoist the Colors.
Yeah, sorry.
Everyone's got their own thing.
Yeah, like, the Eagles have Fly, Eagles Fly.
Yeah.
The Phillies obviously have Ring the Bell.
Yeah.
The Flyers right now have Sell the Team.
Well.
Yeah. Dude, we couldn't even get a good draft pick and we suck so bad.
No, because that would be the Blackhawks, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to any Blackhawks fans, but the system, as in the words of Donald Trump, the system is rigged.
Really had to go there, didn't you?
Oh no!
I'm not even talking about that fucker.
Let me explain. Let me explain why I say the system is rigged. Just like the Knicks in 1986, there was probably a frozen envelope.
Dude, the system was rigged when the Sixers, we trusted the process forever and we couldn't even get a good draft pick.
So, well, your team is possibly a series away from the finals.
Yeah. I've already heard people going like, well, they're not playing the Bucks. I'm like, well, the Bucks fucked up. Not our fault.
The Bucks got beat by the Heat.
Yeah.
And the Heat are about to beat the Knicks.
The game is actually tied now. I'm watching it. I got the game on in the background. They're up 1 going into half. It looks like going into half.
And the Devils are going to lose to the Carolina Hurricane.
Yeah, well, doesn't really
Did
matter.
I actually get those names right? Did I actually get that name right?
Yeah, and it really doesn't matter anyway because it looks like coming out of the East, it's going to be probably Florida. It's probably going to be Florida, and coming out of the West, it's going to be fucking Vegas.
Yeah, it was like going to be Florida and Carolina in the Eastern Conference. And
Yeah,
who knows?
I think Vegas is fucking making it out of the West again.
If that's the case, go East Coast. Fuck Vegas.
You always had an issue with Vegas.
Dude, I have an issue with an expansion team on their first season making it to the Stanley Cup Finals because the NHL rigged the rules for Vegas to be good.
Well, you say the system is rigged?
Well, yeah, they rigged the system. Yeah, they did.
System of a Down.
Yeah.
The system is rigged.
Well, you know, it's what I mean is like,
Oh no, I know what you mean. I'm just busting your balls. Like,
yeah.
oh shit. No, but the reason for
Yeah, I've heard enough about him for a while. I'm not even going to talk about him.
but
I could, but I'm not.
No, we won't go into that. No, but the reason I think the kid's name was Bertuzzi. 17-year-old fucking prodigy. People are considering him the next Sid Crosby.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, gonna go to the Blackhawks.
And he's pretty much the lock to go to the Blackhawks. Kid's 17 years old, and it looks like he's gonna play in the league next year.
Oh, he's a lock. He's a lock.
Is he not? He's not from Canada, is he?
He's from Russia.
Ah, da.
But the kid, from what I've heard, he's had 3 international games, all under 18 years old. Oh no, he's Canuck. He is a Canuck.
Oh, good, eh?
June draft rival. Yeah, he's the best NHL prospect since Connor McDavid, said by ESPN. But they're calling him pretty much the next like Sid Crosby. Which, I mean, let's face it, when Sid came out, they were calling him the next Gretzky, and it seems like
There's never going to be another fucking Gretzky. Come on, let's face facts. There's never going to be another fucking Gretzky. Even I know that, and I'm not a hockey fan.
In all honesty, if you go back and look when he was with Edmonton, Gretzky wasn't the guy until he got to
LA.
Well, the tail end of Edmonton was when he was there, and then when he was with the Kings, and when he was then fucking Ranger, because he had more eyes on him back then.
Look, like I said, I'm not a huge hockey fan. I've been to one hockey game in my life, and it was a Devils game only because somebody had a free ticket and I went. I don't get it. It doesn't excite me. It's I can never keep my eye on where the fucking puck is. Puck's moving all over the place so fucking fast I can't keep track of where it's going. But Gretzky, what I do know about Gretzky is that Gretzky was, and he's not nicknamed the Great One for shits and giggles. He is a great hockey player, and so was Gordie Howe. It's another name I know. The only reason I know that is because of Slapshot. But Gretzky was the great one, and I'm sorry, there's never going to be another Gretzky. Just like there'll never be another Jackie Robinson type of guy that have an impact on the game like he did.
Jackie's a little different though.
But I mean, there's certain guys that leave an imprint on the sport that they played. As much as everybody shits on Pete Rose, he left an impact on the game. Not for what he did off the field, but for what he did on it. You know?
I mean, if there's any sport where you could really have guys from yesteryear play modern, it is hockey. Because hockey really hasn't changed much.
Hockey and soccer.
Soccer, that's another one. The only soccer player I've ever known, actually two. Pele, obviously, because everybody knows who fucking Pele is. And the kid, the guy that was married to the Spice Girl.
Beckham.
What's his name?
David Beckham.
Oh, Beckham?
Beckham, yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's the only
David
soccer.
Beckham.
Yeah, David Beckham. Messi. I mean, now you still have Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
I don't know any of those
Mbappe,
guys.
And I mean, Lance Donovan. I mean, Mia Hamm, and you go with
Well, Mia Hamm, I've heard that name before too. So then three. But again, soccer's not a thrilling sport unless you're really megally into it.
When it comes, again, I will stand by this. When it comes to international soccer, it is a whole new level. When it's club soccer, it's boring as shit. Like MLS is not entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Like, MLS is boring as shit compared to, World Cup.
Yeah. Like, international soccer is freaking batshit crazy.
Like, I tried watching a Union match.
Oh, God, why?
Well, just because everybody's like, oh, you got to watch the Union. It's different. The only thing that makes the Union even fun is the crowd. That's it.
Yeah, and now you're getting the XFL to be like that.
And you know what's funny too is I have a guy that I've spoken to in the last couple of years that lives over in England, and he goes, and I asked him about it. I said, "What's the deal over there?" And he goes, "Well, it's kind of like your American version of football. It's that huge over here, especially when it's Manchester United and."
You know what? It has a lot to do with the fact that there is history in these clubs.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. It's like almost verbatim of what he said. It's like it's a lifestyle over there. I hate to use that term, but it's a fucking lifestyle over there for them.
Now, I've gone to, and Chris, you'll get a kick out of this. I've gone to New York on a couple of occasions and have walked into pubs at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
At
totally.
the bar and have watched soccer in a pub while drinking a Guinness at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Because it might be 7 o'clock in the morning for us, but it's like 8 or 9 o'clock for them.
Listen, you're not living unless you've sat in a bar or pub at 7 o'clock in the morning and seen these fucking hooligans going apeshit for a sport you know nothing about.
Oh, trust me. Oh, that's what he tells me. He says, "Oh, if you ever get the chance to fly over here," and I go, "First of all, I'm not flying over water to get to you." That's first thing.
I mean,
but he's like, he goes, "You haven't experienced soccer." It's like what Ronnie just said. You haven't experienced soccer till you've experienced it in a pub, surrounded by a bunch of drunken idiots, screaming
like,
about a guy not even making a goal,
like,
just making a stop.
sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like U.S. club soccer ain't shit compared to Euro and especially like Bundesliga and
Premier League,
Spanish League, English League. Like you said, I've been to a pub before at night. Man United was playing. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Somebody tried to turn a jukebox on, almost got their ass killed. Like,
It's just like
dare play a jukebox.
that's like the old joke is like somebody goes to the jukebox and hits a song and the entire bar looks at them.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
But it's fucking nuts the way some of these soccer fans, I should say, or hooligans, no pun intended, Ryan, if you're listening. But it's fucking nuts. We don't get that. I mean, we get crazy about football here, but nothing like that.
I don't know.
You'll
I
get
mean,
knifed. You'll get knifed if you turn off. If you screw up a game in England, you'll get knifed or killed.
I mean, I did witness someone getting stabbed with a letter opener because Chad Pennington didn't fucking throw a ball.
well, you won't find that out with sports bars in Philly because even the area because whenever the Eagles play, they unplug the jukebox.
Yeah, they just make sure they get the KY jelly out so they make sure they
Yeah.
grease the poles.
Grease the fucking
I
balls.
guess because somebody tried something before during the Eagles game and there was a big fight. I heard something about that, but that was like years ago. Ever since then, they unplugged the jukebox. The only thing they might play is Merrill Reese's commentary on the radio. That's it.
They'll play some music during halftime. That's it.
You know,
Not
and
even
it's
during
just-
halftime. Not even during halftime. They unplug it.
There was a
Philly
bar
anyway,
there was a bar that I used to go to. It's since gone now. It's called the Stanley Cup in Linden. Ronnie, I don't know if you ever heard of that place.
No, I've never heard that.
But no, it's like they were Steeler fanatics. The two brothers that owned this bar. And when the Steelers were on, if you were talking loud, or if you were on your phone or you tried to do something near a TV, they're like, get away. And God forbid if you rooted for the other team.
Oh,
You wanted, it was bad, that bar. Joe and Dan, I know you're not listening, but shout out to Joe and Dan who owned the bar. Oh, they were great guys. That they had terrible towels hanging from the ceiling and shit. I mean, it was funny as hell. They allowed me in there because I was friendly with them. That's why, even though I was a Jet fan, they still let me in the bar.
So, all right. So, quick news that we got. Christian's not going to give a shit about this, but Chris, how does it feel to get through the first season of the XFL officially starting Sunday?
Oh, is the championship actually on Sunday?
Yep.
DC and Arlington, right?
Arlington, a 4-6 team goes up against a 9-1 team.
Yeah, DC's gonna murder him.
Hey,
Jordan
congratulations,
Tamu,
DC.
baby.
Congratulations, DC. You got a championship team.
It's going to be the only championship
Yeah,
they ever
it's like
fucking
chaos.
hoist in that town.
Thing is, there are more fans at XFL than there are the USFL. So
I don't see. So now we're going to get into a spot where we are going to oversaturate football in the spring.
well, they're trying to do anything. So
Well, no, what I mean is we're getting the USFL, we're getting the XFL, and starting next year we're getting the AFL back.
See, this is why I don't watch football other than the NFL. It's too many fucking things to try to keep track of.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing with the arena football has been its own thing.
Bring back the lingerie football league and then I'll watch it again.
I mean, the thing is,
Those women beat the shit out of each other.
Exactly. Bring that back. I'll watch that wholeheartedly. No problem.
how diluted is the talent pool gonna be? Because you have the XFL, you have the USFL, the CFL. You have like the bottom of the barrel going into the AFL now.
Well, the AFL has always been fun. So even if it's the bottom of the barrel, you go into it knowing it's going to be bad football. And it's a completely different rule set, too.
I mean, if I'm going to watch football, I want to watch good football. I don't want to watch shitty football.
Well, arena football is something completely different.
I mean, I've seen arena football here and there. I've passed it. I've been on TV flipping in channels, and I've seen it here and there. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It's half a football. Isn't it half a football field?
50 yards it's 50 long by 30 wide. It is two line or three linemen, 3 wide receivers, and a running back. And then it's pretty much 7-on-7 for the most part. But the games are ridiculously fast.
Well, no, what I'm saying, isn't it just like a regular football field is what, 100 yards both way, 50 yards each way?
What is it, 110?
One, give or take, but it's like literally arena football, from what I remember, is literally half that. That's why the scores are always like 77 to like 60 or something. Some ridiculous scoring like that. But
for Ryan Collins, on AEW right now, it's Orange Cassidy and Daniel Garcia. That's all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just botched.
I haven't watched AEW in weeks, so.
I just have it on the background.
No, I got the Mets on, actually.
But
They're
Chris,
actually winning for once.
The good news is it looks like all the teams are coming back.
For the AFL?
For the AFL.
So is Bon Jovi still owning the Soul?
God, I hope not. That fucking traitor.
Boy, he's not living on a prayer anymore?
Boy, I shut that stuff up. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Fucking traitor should sell it all to Jaws. At least Jaws in Philly makes sense.
He's living on a prayer, I guess.
Yeah, but the good news is it looks like we're getting the Jersey team back. They're back in Atlantic City, it looks like, so the Blackjacks are coming back. Philly Soul are definitely coming back.
Well, at least the Soul would be playing in Philly, so
yeah.
It's not like the Stars, USFL.
Playing in, what, Minnesota? Or not Minnesota, no, they're playing in Ohio? Fucking
I don't know where the fuck they're playing. No one cares. Like, someone mentioned it on WIP and they had to censor him. It's like, the USFL, the Stars, guys like, man, bleep the Stars. They're not even playing in Philly. Bleep them. And like, they had to drop them, put them back, drop them, put them back. It was ridiculous. And it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Man, bleep this. Like, Reese's like, man, I don't know if you can say that.
So, all right. So they're in 3 places. I got Detroit, Michigan, Canton, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, and Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, ain't nobody going to Ohio to watch the Stars.
So it looks
Nobody gonna be watching those games.
It looks like it's the Breakers, Jersey, Houston. No, not Houston. Sorry. No, not even Pittsburgh, Birmingham. Oh no, sorry. Jersey's in there. Pittsburgh's in Ohio. Philly's not even in Ohio, dude. They're in Detroit.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's in Ohio, but it makes more sense that you can. I mean, Pittsburgh and Ohio are like close to each other.
No, here's the kicker. The Stars are playing in Detroit.
That's so fucking stupid, see? I mean, when I lived in Pittsburgh, I used to go to Cleveland almost like weekly. I had a friend that lived in Cleveland. He would be like, yeah, you want to go to Cleveland? Like, yeah, let's go to Cleveland. About an hour or 2 away. Ooh. Okay. Not like Philadelphia. Like, to get to Pittsburgh from Philly's 4 hours, at least.
Okay, so there we go. Here we go. So the teams that are playing in Birmingham, if you could figure it out, is the Birmingham Stallions and the Breakers.
Yeah, the Stallions, they won it all last year because they had home crowd.
Memphis, Tennessee has the Houston Gamblers and the Memphis Showboats.
Came up with these fucking names. Were they high when they came up with these names?
Some of these are original USFL teams.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Were they fucking high when they came up with these names?
I mean, hey, Jim Kelly was a gambler.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Detroit has the Michigan Panthers and the Philadelphia
Yeah.
Stars.
And Steve Young was a breaker.
Yep. And then Canton, Ohio, the Pittsburgh Maulers and the Jersey Generals.
The only thing I remember about the Generals is what's his name owned them. Captain Comeover owned them, from what I remember.
I mean, Herschel Walker.
Oh, Herschel.
Oh, yeah, Herschel. I've heard that guy's actually looks like the cheese fell off his cracker.
I mean, age is Father Time's undefeated.
Ugh.
But, no, it's just, it's getting to certain areas where it's like, okay, it's going to start getting saturated, but I guess the one good thing about the Spring League is now these guys can put tape, put pads on and put tape in for anyone that wants to try out in the NFL.
I look at it this way with these guys. It's like, by the time they're getting done being beaten up in whatever league they're playing in, you really think they're going to be in physical enough shape to play an NFL season?
Yeah, if they're going to get paid, yes. They're already calloused enough in-game shape.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You've got to figure, now, like I said, I never played football. You guys did. I never did. I was more of baseball and everything else. I wasn't a non-contact thing. But if you're playing in high school, they played, 10 games, I think, a season? I think they played in high school?
For what? For
football.
12.
10, 12. Well, it shows you how much I know. By the end of the 12 weeks, I had friends that were football players. Their bodies were so beaten up that by the 12th game, they're like, thank God the season's over. Now, you're talking about these guys playing what? How much is the USFL? How many games are in the USFL season?
10 to 12.
All right, and what's the other league you were talking about?
XFL's 10.
XFL's 10. Now, I mean, there's going to be enough of a lag. But, I mean, if the season was to end and, say, the football training camp was about to begin, if I'm these guys playing in the USFL or the XFL, I'm like, I'm not going to play another 16, 17 games when my body's beat to shit, regardless of getting paid.
The best thing about that with the USFL, well, the XFL anyway, and I guess the USFL if it's over in time, it's like if an NFL team is interested in the guy's already in mid-season form.
Yep.
He's already in playing shape.
His body's his body's callous enough that it doesn't really. It's not. They don't have to break him in.
But you see the point I'm trying to make, though, right?
Listen, the end-all dream is to make the show. Then it doesn't matter how much your body's beat to shit. You go to the show.
I mean, what he's saying is like the guys' bodies are going to be beat to shit. The funny thing is, like, football players, a lot of the time the injuries happen in the beginning. Like, those big ones, unless, something huge happens. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's almost like if you're a boxer or a fighter. It's like if you train for a fight, you have a fight, you want to get back in the ring as soon as possible because you're already in fighting shape.
Yeah, it's calloused. Your body gets calloused. It's the same thing when it comes to like taking a bump in the ring. Your body gets calloused enough to where when you take that bump again, it hurts less, and it hurts less, and it hurts less.
Like, I remember when I played football, like, during, like, around mid-season, going to the end of the season, I'm like, yeah. And all of a sudden, football was over, and I'm going to bowling. All of a sudden, I'm walking with a limp.
Yep.
And I'm like, where'd the limp come from? And it's like, my body was beat to shit. Now I'm no longer beating the hell out of it. So it's like you relax, and that's when you get hurt.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Quick news that I have here. We'll get into the NFL stuff when Christian gets on. Georgia coach Kirby Smart declines White House visit.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, Christian. We're gonna give you an ass whooping.
We'll get to it. Kirby Smart said that he is declining the White House thing in his invitation in June, not due to any politics, due to the scheduling of the football season is the reason why.
In other words, like he got invited in June when they're basically in the beginning of due-days.
Yeah, and he said he literally the first thing he said is he declined it, and everyone turned around and said, "Oh, why? Because it's Joe Biden." Which I mean, okay, I'm gonna just say it. You think that because Georgia and how Georgia lines up, and fine, I could see where people might think that, and good on Kirby for turning around and putting the fucking stop to that immediately. Because he goes, it has no politic motivation. It has everything to do with the fact that we're declining because we're starting camp.
That makes sense. Kirby's the football coach first.
So, when they won 2 years ago, he canceled 2 due to COVID.
Yeah.
So, it seems like every time he wanted to go, so he even canceled during Captain Comb over. So you can't say it's a politic. You can't say it's a politic thing if he's canceled on one and the other.
Well, it's like, the funny thing is, like, if the White House actually wants to invite a football team over, do it in March.
Like LSU was going around the same time, but that makes sense because LSU or basketball in June is not a fucking thing.
Yeah. So do it in March.
So here's what he said. We didn't have the date set. We got 700 kids at a football camp at our place, June 6th, 7th, and 8th, Smart said. It's the #1 time for recruiting and football coaches. We have 600 to 700 kids coming onto our campus. We don't have time to leave and go to the White House. Have no one on campus.
Yeah, Kirby Smart definitely had to say it's because camp. Because one, look at the kids he recruits.
Oh yeah.
He's not recruiting Republicans. I'll tell you that.
He's just recruiting. As in the words, and I'm flipping Michael Jordan saying, Democrats have money too.
Yeah. I know that. That's why I said that. He had to say right off the bat. Now, because Biden, sure, of course somebody's going to say that.
Yeah, he said the dates are not
Where
feasible.
Smart says, no, it's because we have 2 days, we have camp starting, and I'm a football coach. I'm trying to win a title here. I mean, that makes more sense because, you're a football coach. You're defending champion. You have a set thing. You don't deviate from it.
That's understandable. I mean, if you're going to do, you guys know this more than I do. I'm just going to ask you flat out. When you're a football coach, when the football season ends, everybody assumes, they're going to lag off. That's probably the second the season's over, whether you go bowl or you're eliminated, you're starting plans on the next season the next day. Am I wrong?
You may get
you're completely right.
You take a month off to get your bearings, and then you're back to the grind.
But but it's pretty much right. I mean, you're not sitting there going for 2 or 3 months, going, "Oh, the season's over. January, the season's over." It's like, "Oh, I'm not going to do anything until May." No, it doesn't work that way with coaches and stuff like that.
A lot of times, coaches, especially in college, as soon as that season ends, they're booking flights out to meet people to
Recruit.
for
Right.
recruiting.
Yeah.
No, I know. Trust me. Look, like I said, I'm not a huge football guy. I mean, college football guy. But I mean, you got to figure these guys are busy almost 12 months out of the year. They're not like just say, like Ronnie says, take a month off. I don't think they take a month off.
No, they get about a month, so they go on like they'll take a month. Like I'll give you a great example. Belichick takes a month off after every football season. He goes on vacation.
What I know about
He goes on vacation. He does what he needs to do, and then he's back getting ready for the draft.
I remember that Kirby Smart when he won. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going like take a week off, and then we're right back. Then I'm on a flight."
College is a little different than the pros because they always have to recruit.
Yeah. Well, college, like he even said when he was on vacation, I remember Saban would say it all the time. He's like, "I'm going to go on vacation, do that," but the thing is, he has his laptop and he was still working every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you win
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll talk more about it. Hopefully, Christian jumps on soon. We could talk more about the expansion of college football.
All right. It took me a while, but when you said that, like I guess the top half from 5 to 8, I think it is, would host the first game.
Yes.
I was like, all right, that could be cool. I have a feeling though that I don't know, even if you win the bye, you should host the next round and then have your other shit.
Why do you think I see the minute the top 4 can start bitching, it's going to expand to 16, and that's when you're going to get the finals, the whole final thing for the playoffs.
Well, I like that, especially that one part. I like it now because seeing a West Coast squad like USC have to travel north in January just makes me smile.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, because like USC always gets out of playing Notre Dame in November. They always have to do it in October or September when it's warmer. They can never do it in November. There's only been one warm weather team I know that played Notre Dame in November, and that was Florida State.
Yeah.
And they froze their ass off, and it was beautiful.
All right. So, like I said, we got some weird shit going on. John, I know you don't know much about this version of football, but me and Chris know a little bit about this. Chris, did you know they made new rule changes for the CFL this year?
Oh, shit. What do they do?
All right. So, the football won't be allowed to be handled in order of a single to award on a kickoff. So, the football won't have to be handled in order for a 1 point to be awarded on the kickoff. So, if the ball goes in the end zone, it's a oh god, what is it called? It's a
rouge?
A single or a rouge. Thank you.
Really? So the ball goes in the end zone, it's automatic rouge?
Yep.
They can't even kick it out?
Oh no, they can, but it says it won't have to be handled. So they just give up the point. They can give up the point.
Yeah, I mean that's been a thing. I mean, but if they handle it, they can kick it out. That would stop the rouge.
Yep. The change a line in the single rules on kickoffs with all other kicking plays. So again, like you said, you still have to handle it and kick it out. The CFL is also restricting the number of players within the 2-yard line, within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage on either side for the long snapper, to a maximum 6 at snap. The restriction won't apply to offensive linemen and unbalanced positioning. So meaning like you can't have position players next to the long snapper. So which cuts down on, which actually makes rushing the punter better.
I gotta
Makes
say
sense.
one thing right now.
Yeah.
I am so fucking lost as to what you motherfuckers are talking about.
It's the CFL.
I just gotta be honest, like I am so fucking lost at what you motherfuckers are talking about. The only rouge I've ever heard is the rouge that chicks put on their face.
It's a single point safety.
Just fucking call it a safety. What do you
No,
have to call it rouge for?
Because it only happens on punts instead of a touchback. Then they give a point up. It's something. It's not a safety though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rouge. Like, you could punt the ball in the end zone and get a point. Like, it's still a touchback. I mean, the other team still gets it, but it's a rouge. I don't know if it's on a punt. I know it's on a kickoff. I don't know if it's on a punt.
Punt, they have it because remember we had that one where someone punted into the end zone and it was a fucking rouge and they won the game by a fucking rouge.
Oh, yeah. Get to that in the end zone.
All right, so whenever a ball, get ready for this. John, do you want to be more confused? Get ready. Whenever a kicked ball hits the goalpost in flight, it comes out to the 30 instead of the 25.
Yeah, because the goalpost is in the front of
in
the
the
end
front of the
zone
end
instead of the
Yep,
back.
Yep.
Right now, my head feels like it's about to explode.
That tell you one thing, that makes certain crossing patterns fun. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, having to throw it. So, literally, it's like the Yeti of football. It's like, yeah, you have your 110 yards. We're gonna make our fields 140.
So they made the field bigger.
Well, no, that's compared to the NFL. It's like,
Guys.
yeah, we can play with an extra guy on the field.
140 yards with a
Don't they
20-yard
penalize you
end
for
zone.
having extra motherfuckers on the field?
Not in Canada, eh?
Gee, I always thought Canadians were fucked in the head. Now I know why. Sorry to any Canadian fans listening. Y'all got some fucking crazy ass fucking rules out there.
No,
I'm just-
Ronnie.
Yeah.
So was the end zone still 20 yards?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go. Start of the year, only one player will be allowed to wear either 0 or 00. So they're getting rid of 2 people wearing 0, 00.
So no rules on actual hitting,
Nope.
but a bunch of weird rules.
Yep.
So still in Canada, you're allowed to take the guy's head off.
Yeah, we call that a Canadian slammer.
Basically.
Oh, aye. Oh, eh.
Oh yeah, call that a Canadian handbasket.
It's like, okay, guys, shake hands, have a good game. Okay, and first play, guy basically puts the crown of his helmet in the guy's chin.
I'm putting on the forehead, coach.
Oh, it's for that. It's like they're putting on the axe handles, coach.
CFL is literally the mentally challenged cousin of the NFL. Oh, you have 140-yard field. We have 110. Oh, we're gonna give you 140. Okay. We have 11 people on each side. You have 12. Oh, okay. Well, we can do laterals, right? No, we're just gonna run straight up the fucking field, 10 yards deep on a sprint. Oh, but you can do it in 4 downs, right? No, fuck that. We're doing it in 3.
Remember when Zach Collaros actually was the quarterback for Saskatchewan?
Yes.
Yeah, until, Simone Orange, dove at his head. I remember that, and then, of course, Winnipeg just beat Hamilton 2 straight
It's
times.
going to be the CFL. The only problem with the CFL, and it really is that the season starts in June and it goes to January. That is my only complaint for the CFL.
Only complaint?
Yeah.
Wait, it
because
doesn't go to January. The season starts in June and it ends on Black Friday.
Okay, no. Hold on. Let me double check exactly when it ends. When the Grey Cup is.
I'm going Grey just listening to all these fucking rules.
Yeah, the Grey Cup, it's usually Thanksgiving weekend. That's usually when the Grey Cup is.
Okay, so the last week. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the last week of the season is October 28th. 21 weeks,
playoff.
21 weeks of football. Meanwhile, John, there's only 8 teams.
Yeah, they make sure it's over before hockey.
Or you can't turn off the hockey in Canada, eh? Or
Damn
you
right.
can't go against the hockey in Canada, eh?
Dude, there's only 8. What, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 fucking teams. 9 teams for 21 weeks.
That's what they need to expand, but they don't have the money to.
Yeah. Oh no, and then here's the best part. Here's even the best part about this. Oh, we have 21 weeks, so you think it would be easy just to go 21 nothing or 21 blank, right? Wrong, sir. If you win, it's hockey counts. It's 2 points for a win, 1 point for an overtime loss, 1 point for a tie.
Holy shit, breaking news. The Mets won a game.
But it's like
Yeah, they actually beat Cincinnati.
But if
2-1.
But if you want, yeah. But it's not like NFL where if you win, it's a win. No, if you win, it's 2 points.
Yeah, it's more confusing.
It really is.
You wonder why I don't watch it.
And the thing is, almost every team in the CFL makes the playoffs except maybe 2.
But what's interesting
No,
is
1.
So
they actually have a participation trophy like they do in everything else.
I mean, but the game
Not really. I mean, if you're the 1 team or 2 teams out, you absolutely suck.
Usually back then it was the Argonauts and the BC Lions.
Yeah, the Argos and the Lions. The crying Lions.
It's so how to describe the CFL. It's
Please
a lot.
don't.
It is a lot. It is a lot of fun. It really is. It for what it is very fast paced and high scoring.
If I could describe the CFL, it's really nice people beating the hell out of each other in a huge field for a couple hours. I mean, and they literally beat the tar out of each other.
And quick odds, if anyone's interested, I know Chris probably is. Winnipeg is the favorite to win the Grey Cup.
Yeah, of course, Winnipeg is. Because they have everybody back except that Andrew, I think. Their running back. Yeah, they lost him, but.
Hamilton is 7-1. The 2 teams that are dead last are the Red Blacks and the Elks.
Hamilton needs a goddamn quarterback because that guy is not it. And they don't have Masoli anymore. They need a good quarterback, not that guy who's Foles' apparent. what he is. He's full as a parent, and Foles only gets you a couple wins.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know where the hell Christian is.
Well, that's why I said what I said. You know.
I know we talked CFL. He's like, ain't nobody care.
Well, he hasn't even jumped on yet, so it's like, yeah, we can talk Backlash a little bit.
It's actually a good show. It's actually a good show. I actually pleasantly surprised.
Puerto Rico, pendejos.
Good.
I'll tell you, that crowd was fucking alive, man.
Well, yeah, because they don't get wrestling there as much as they used to.
And everybody's wondering why Carlito got such a huge pop. Well, he's from the fucking place. No wonder. His father was a fucking king down there.
Carlito got a huge pop. Finn got his ass kicked by Quang.
Selena Vega, man, I thought she was she was crying.
I mean,
she was crying, but the thing is, you spent so much time building up someone to be the future. To hot shot it on someone for a moment is just dumb.
No, I don't think they were ever going to have Zelina win it. I think that was but you knew you had to give her a fighting chance.
They did.
And they did. They did it perfectly. There's nothing they did wrong there.
She put on a hell of a match, and so did Rhea. Both of them put on a great match.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't disappointed.
Apparently, Rhea knows Spanish.
Duh.
Well, being friends with, Damien and Dom makes sense. So,
yeah, I was gonna say, and you know.
It was hilarious because, like, there's this video clip where she's doing something and they boo her. She goes, "Pendejos!" So
my favorite thing is on SmackDown, Finn walking by everybody going, "Hola, hola, hola."
Oh god, the Ola-rama.
Well, that was Finn being Finn.
Well, Finn has a Mexican wife, so he's like, hola, 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 hola.
What made me laugh, though, is like everyone's like, oh, they're speaking Spanish in the very beginning. And I go, I know, where's the SAP button when you fucking need it?
Yeah.
So let's just go over the matches real quick.
I got it right here.
All right, let's go over it real quick.
Bianca Belair defeats Io Sky by pinfall to retain the Raw Women's title.
Great match. Hell of a match.
People need to shut up about Bianca injuring Io Sky.
She didn't injure her, did she?
The one-arm gorilla press slam where Io got dumped on her head.
All right. I don't know if you're watching AEW. I already did the open house rules.
I'm not even watching. You know what? I should throw that on. No,
I don't even have it on.
But Chris, what's your thoughts on that with Bianca and Io?
Bianca, Io, if there should have been a title change, should have been that one right there.
Yep, I agree with that.
Because Bianca's been stale. And the problem, it's the same problem I mentioned before. There are certain moves she does a babyface that insult the crowd and her opponent's intelligence. And why they let her do them or they say she should do them is ridiculous to me.
You're not wrong. The
problem is I don't mind them keeping it on her, but this is another Roman effect. Where Roman, they want to get up to a certain amount of time. They're trying to get Bianca over 400 days.
And they're going to, I assume they're going to do a title swap one of these days.
Yes.
So Rhea's going to be the Raw Women's Champion. Bianca's going to be the SmackDown Women's Champion, obviously.
Well, they're not going to do a title swap. I heard they're actually making new belts or they're going to rename them.
Oh, thank God. Give me some different color.
I was like, Why not? because you have the WWE Women's Championship and WWE Women's Universal Championship. Make sense?
Yeah, it kind of does.
All right, Seth Rollins. Oh, and yeah, everyone's drooling over what Bailey was wearing, but that's a whole different issue.
I have no complaints.
Seth Rollins defeats Omos with a top rope stomp, 10:30.
You know what? If anybody could pull a good match, sorry to cut you off, Chris. Anybody could pull a good match out of Omos, it was going to be Rollins. Rollins pulled a good match out of him.
That match was a masterclass in ring psychology. It seriously was, because like Rollins, like, I gotta try this, try that. That's not working. Okay, I gotta go one higher. Like, it was ring psychology all over the place for Rollins. Like, now I know why Rollins is that guy.
Yeah. And almost,
totally.
And Omos wasn't bad. Almost did a good job.
Well, you know what it is? It's like I said, for the first time watching him, he didn't suck. He's still kind of clumsy in that ring. He still is very clumsy in that ring to me. But he's getting better.
The crazy thing is Omos was entertaining.
Here's the thing. Omos is 7'3". Of course he's going to be clunky.
See, but here's the thing, and here's the kickback. When Andre was in the ring, Andre wasn't clunky until Andre was nearing the end of his career. When Andre started getting really heavier. Andre was
supposed to be Andre was not supposed to be a ring psychologist either. Everyone made Omos supposed to be that next guy, like that Kevin Nash style. No, he almost doesn't have to be that. Almost can be a lumbering oath.
I'm just so happy that WWE's like, yo, Omos, we'll let you have a personality. Like, he got so angry at Rollins, like people singing. Then he beat the hell out of him, and he's basically mocking Rollins. I'm like, thank God they're giving him a personality.
Well, they did that with AJ too. When they did the whole, when he was the whole Pizza Hut thing back in the day. Fucking almost had a fucking personality when they were like, oh, you want pizza? Yeah.
I still remember when he was a ninja.
That was hilarious.
He was a 7-foot ninja.
I mean, all right. Austin Theory retains his U.S. title. I mean, standard triple threat match. This was kind of predictable.
It was a boring match, too. This match was just, it wasn't good in my eyes. It wasn't good.
All right. Rhea defeats Zelina.
Good match. It was a good match.
It did what it needed to do.
Right. And nobody looked bad. Rhea made Zelina look good, and Zelina made Rhea look good. So, I mean, it wasn't, she let Zelina get her moves off in front of the home crowd. And she shined. We know she was going to lose, but she still shined. She didn't come out smelling like shit.
Yeah, it was emotional. It was an emotional thing. Like, the best thing they did, well, they didn't just announce Rhea right after Zelina. Like, they actually let her soak in the moment.
Oh, totally. They had to, because coming out in that flag gear, oh, please, that was like... And she was emotional. I mean, she had her family in the front row. She was crying. She looked at the sky almost to address her father who died on 9/11. I mean, it was just it was gut-wrenching to watch.
And then Tommy even posting it, just being like, win or loss, you got your flowers.
Damn right. Mm-hmm.
I just realized that too. Zelina's husband and Rhea's boyfriend are on the same faction.
Yeah, House of who gives a fuck anymore?
House of Black. I mean, the House of Black will come to WWE.
Yeah, the House of Black. Well, the thing is, Rhea and Zelina, or Demi and Thea, actually they do a lot of Black Mass stuff anyway. Like, they basically model for Black Mass.
Yeah, well, Thea's been doing that for years. But, yeah, Zelina gets the standing ovation in the middle of the ring. Then we go into New Jack, wannabe Bad Bunny.
Oh, God. Well,
You know what?
Can we just say, big ups to the Judgment Day for the damn color coordination. I loved it.
With the white.
Dude, Rhea was on white. Damien was on white.
Finn was
Hell,
in white.
Dom was on white.
So was Finn. Finn had the gay white ascot.
Yeah, Finn had white shoes.
Why,
And
no,
a
why,
white
did, why do you
t-shirt.
have an ascot on?
Oh, yeah, the ascot. Sorry.
It's Finn.
Is Finn trying to tell,
Oh, right.
is Finn trying to tell
I
people
thought
something?
that's on the Ola.
A lot of people have been wondering that about Finn for years, but
I mean, he does play both sides of the fence. That's been well documented.
he's the Elton John of WWE.
He's the Kenny Omega.
Fuck Kenny
I
Omega
said it
sometimes.
before. Like, where
And I
people-
like Kenny too.
well, they need to do this, that. I'm like, no. The best thing they did with the Judgment Day is they went from creepy gimmick to now they're basically everyone's favorite a-holes.
But this match, Bad Bunny did not offend. Damian
Nope.
Priest had a bunch. You can tell Priest was having too much fun. You had Savio Vega show up and Carlito.
Yeah, like I said before, I was like, Priest either's going to go over or there's going to be a ton of chicanery and Damien's going to lose.
Fuckery, yeah. And you know what? But like Ronnie said, it was an entertaining match. It wasn't a bullshit, boring match.
No, and it's for a celebrity to come in and not put up an offensive match, and also apparently doing a sliced bread that was in tribute to AJ Lee.
I don't know about that one.
That's out of Bad Bunny's mouth.
But you know what it is too, and it's like in 10, 15 years from now, if they put Bad Bunny in the Hall of Fame, it wouldn't offend me that he would go in, because the few matches that I've seen him in, he's given everything he's got for a guy who's not a trained wrestler. He's impressed the fuck out of me. I still don't like his music, but that's beside the point. But his in-ring work,
It's
not bad for a
offensive.
not bad for a celebrity who wrestles once, twice a year maybe.
Yeah.
I have no problem with him.
Bloodline defeats
I'm
Roman
just
Owens
happy.
and Sammy. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm very happy that Priest is actually getting shine because, like, he took care of Bunny.
Oh, they're
really
claiming he's
did.
getting a big push too. They claim everybody backstage is like in love with Damian Priest right now because of what he
Well,
pulled
he
off.
deserves it.
Oh, totally deserves it without question.
I mean,
Because
it's
before I
nice.
was like, I didn't know if he was going to fit in with the whole new look of the Judgment Day. And, oh, God, he's right there with it. It's hilarious.
So, all right.
I mean,
Dare I say he's almost the face of it on the men's side, more than Balor and Dom.
it's tough because you have Dom, who's like the heel right now.
Oh, he's the
I mean, the
he's
dude
the
can't even
definition
get a
of heel.
word in.
But that's also why I mean, like, that's why I said, I go, Finn's almost the odd man out of that group.
Yeah, but
Well,
one thing I
that's-
do. Go ahead.
The best thing they did is they kept Rhea with Dom because that just made her a heel.
Yeah, but the one thing you guys both thought that JD McDonough was going to instantly join this.
I never said the McDonough.
No, Chris did. Chris thought he was going to automatically join just because of his ties to Finn.
I
don't
it,
see him.
though.
The only way I could have seen JD McDonough joining the Judgment Day is if the LWO and the Judgment Day were on the same show. Because that would have evened the sides out. But since one faction's on Raw, one's on SmackDown, unless they're going to completely obliterate this fucking, draft thing, and they're both going to appear on both shows, that's the only way I could see JD McDonough joining it.
I mean, I could see him joining because, well, they've been talking about it. And if the Judgment Day wants to eventually have the numbers like the Bloodline, like the whole the whole mission statement for the Judgment Day is be almost like the NWO, take over. You can't do that with 4 people. You need to expand.
Yeah, but here's one problem. The NWO in the beginning was great, but then they watered it down too much by adding everybody and their mother to that group.
Including
That's where
Bagwell's
you
mother.
expand to like maybe 6 and cut it.
Yeah.
I think 6 might be pushing it.
It depends who.
If you keep it at Finn, Damian, Balor, Finn, Damian, Dom, JD McDonough, Rhea Ripley, and then maybe one more dude, I'm okay with that. But if you start adding like every other, like 3 or 4, if it gets up to like 8 or 9 guys, then that's when you're like, okay, this is strictly become an NWO Black and White Wolfpack type of deal.
Or, and this would be unprecedented, especially across 2 shows, you would have another woman in it, but going after the other show's title.
I think that would be overkill. I legit think that would be overkill. Besides, what woman could you possibly put in that group that's going to top Rhea? There is no woman on the roster.
No, going after the other title, basically, so they own them all.
No, they're not going to make her Rhea 2 belts. No, they're not going to do that.
No,
I highly doubt
what
they're
he's
gonna do
saying is that they would add another woman that would strictly be on SmackDown.
No, he just said he said he would want to have one woman go after both titles.
No, you misheard him. What he said was you get another
Manifest
woman,
Destiny.
Exactly. You get another woman that gets on SmackDown that goes after Bianca while Rhea holds the Raw title.
Okay, but then that brings me to my question. What woman could they possibly bring in that could even match with the popularity and the overall intensity of Rhea? There is nobody.
I mean, if you split them, you could bring one of her fucking friends in, like Alba Fire.
I mean, that or just bring in, trade somebody. Like,
Alba.
a heel Raquel Rodriguez or Zoe Stark.
Oh, wait. You want heel? How about you go with the next best AJ Lee out of the group and you go with fucking Cora?
Cora Jade. There we go.
She might work.
Yeah, but Cora Jade's in the NXT thing. But yeah, like you do a trade or something. I don't know.
But all right,
all
right, let's finish this out.
No, hold on. Finish your thought, Chris, and then we'll finish this out.
We need to fix the draft. We need to have ironclad rules and idea. Like, I saw a post on Cage Side about it, and I was like, you know what? This would be a great topic to discuss. How could we fix the WWE draft?
Well, you know what? Let's sit on that, and we'll talk about it next week.
We'll make that because that's going to take a while to discuss something like that.
Yeah, and it'd be a perfect time on like a sports show, especially when there's not much sports going on.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll simmer on that. We'll think about it and what we can do to fix it, and we'll bring it up next week.
Right. All right.
Yeah,
let's just finish out this
NFL,
show.
No crazy shit.
Yeah. Bloodline defeated Riddle, Owens, and Sammy. They're getting ready to turn. They're getting ready to fucking have Jay get spiked by Solo and get kicked out.
Friday, that's going to probably happen on Friday SmackDown because
then-
Roman's back.
Yep, and then
That's what everybody was waiting for.
Yep. Oh,
Everybody was waiting for Solo to nail Jay, and it never happened.
And I want you guys to think about this and stir on this and think about it for next week. What if Solo's the one that takes it off of Roman?
But then on Raw, did you see how entertaining Sammy and KO were away from the fucking bloodline?
Yeah. And Cody defeated Brock. Talk about the matches. I have to run and use the restroom real quick.
All I got to say is the Brody-Brock match.
Hold on. John, when you're done, go into your thing about baseball.
All right. The Brody-Brock match, I got to say, is like... To be quite honest with you, A, I didn't really care about the match, and B, it was over super quick. Brock got in a few shots. Cody got the win. Brock got color.
It's a Brock match.
What did it really achieve? What was it? All right, Chris, in your opinion, what was the overall end game of that match? Who made who look better?
The Brock match?
Yeah, Brock Cody.
Oh. Well, Cody made Brock look good. And then Brock losing to Cody, I mean, you knew Cody was going to win somehow, but it wasn't going to be like, you know, by a regular pinfall, but like roll up works out. But the best part of that match, obviously, was the color.
Yeah.
Because Brock looked like he got murdered.
Hey, Rye.
But yeah, I mean, it's a Brock match, and Brock don't get paid by the hour, so it's gonna be quick.
Do you think it's quick because he can't go that long anymore?
Well, that's what it is. I mean, you can't really do a lot with Brock. You can't. I mean, it's like suplex, couple things, suplex, brutal spot. And after a while, I mean, you're going to keep rinsing and repeating, and it's going to get boring. That's where, like, Cody Seth is so much better than Cody Brock.
Right. Well, right. Just we were going over Backlash, and we were just getting to the Brock thing. What did you think of the Brock Cody match?
It was all right.
Who do you think? I mean, we already know Cody won, but who do you think? What do you think that match achieved, if anything, psychology wise?
Well, you're putting Cody up as a main eventer. He was a mid card guy in the company that he owned. WWE's pushing him to a main event spot. To do that, you have to put him over main eventer.
Right.
Brock's doing this, and you know they book Brock a certain way because Brock is literally the only guy in the company that can beat the shit out of everybody else in the company.
Right.
And you have to book him that way so he's believable.
True. Did you watch the pay-per-view, Rye?
Yes.
Best match of the night, worst match of the night. Go.
I mean, I thought it was pretty solid outing. Like start to finish, I enjoyed it.
But was there one match where you just did not like?
Not really.
All right, perfect timing. Everyone's back.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was trying to stretch it out a little bit until you got back.
I mean,
that's why I said go into your baseball stuff if you were done.
No, well, we have to properly introduce Christian.
Hey, Christian, what's
Hello,
up?
Christian.
Hello, friends. Look, it's my night off, but I still thought about trying to call y'all.
Hey, Christian,
What's
I
up?
hope you celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Oh, you talking shit
Because
already?
come Christmas Day, you're going to have a blue Christmas.
Oh, so what happened in the Super Bowl? You want to tell me? Answer it like you got a gun to your fucking head.
Really?
Look, I'm finna be in your ass like a fly.
You're
Look,
going to go, you're not even
nah,
a Chiefs fan.
I don't give a shit.
Dummy.
You go be.
Dummy. Yeah.
I'm about to be in his ass like a fly on shit. What happened? Answer the goddamn question.
I got you.
What happened to your Giants and Philly? We whooped
Okay,
that
no. We weren't expected to do anything. You blew a 10-point fucking lead. Kiss my nuts. Preferably the left one because it's bigger than the right.
Yeah, and we had a defensive coordinator that was giddy about it. Oh, what's the point?
Try me, bitch.
See, here's the thing. You are trying to do this. We're not the 49ers.
Okay, what the fuck that
That's it
mean?
already.
Okay. Okay. That
Let's-
cupcake ass schedule y'all played this year.
He
Since you
moved
really
past
want me
it,
to go
unlike
there.
Debo, unlike Debo Samuel, who can't get it past him.
Okay,
What?
that's cute.
Oh my God, we beat Josh Johnson. We knocked Brock out of the game. So what?
Uh-huh.
Oh, who cares?
Uh-huh.
Gentlemen, we're forgetting one fact.
Y'all see what happened when somebody don't know shit? They try to deny and point shit out everywhere else, but their fault. And he opened this whole fucking can of worms too.
Christian, hold on. I got you.
Okay, cool.
We're forgetting the fact that during the draft,
I love that laugh.
got punked by Corky.
Ronnie, do you have that soundbite?
No, I don't. I know.
Aw, damn it.
Oh God, yeah, there was a kid, special needs kid, on stage for the Kansas City Chiefs pick. Goes, "What happened, Philadelphia?"
Good. Good.
I am a man.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, what happened? What happened to Pat Mahomes' brother, huh?
Well,
We ain't talking about Pat Mahomes, brother.
Listen.
We talking about the fuck up, aka your football team. Stay on fucking course.
Listen. We talk about Pat Mahomes' brother like we talk
Well,
about practice.
Well, on course, first off, was us whooping your ass on Christmas.
Yeah, see, and then that's why I'm in your ass like a fly on shit. Look, you know I'm gangster. Don't do this. Don't do this here.
And then
Chris,
you
you have
come
to
out and
realize-
talk about the
Chris.
Super Bowl like you're Debo Samuel and the goddamn Niners.
Aww.
Chris, one thing you got to realize, Chris
Get out
ain't
of
in,
here. Get out of here.
he ain't in Chicago no more. He's closer now.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. We're bringing that man back.
Look. That's all I'm gonna say. But no,
I got
it's
your
cool.
back.
I don't
Christian, I
give a
got you.
shit if he isn't in Chicago anymore. Don't bother
Okay.
me.
Even if I was, I still make a trip. I'll teleport to whoop your ass. That ain't nothing. Look, ass whooping don't travel. You know what I'm saying? Ass whooping is always there. That's all
Yeah,
it
you
is.
better hope that Jimmy Buckets doesn't send you guys home.
Wait, who? Wait, what'd he say?
98-91 Knicks with 4:56 left.
Yeah, I've been watching this. I don't know. They blew a 12-point lead, so they gotta just keep applying pressure. That's all it is.
I mean, I'm just like, tomorrow we got to take care of business tomorrow. We don't win tomorrow, it's over.
God, I hope you lose too. They will forever be known as the Philadelphia 72nds to me. You know why? Because they can't get past the fucking second round. Kiss my nuts.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Philadelphia 69ers.
No, 69 has a good feeling to it.
Woo!
Damn.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, that
remember,
was a perfect drop for
remember
that
I
one.
said I didn't even think we were going to make it out of the second round. So if we do, it's a win.
I mean, here's the thing with Boston though. It's either there's no in between with them. When they're good, they're good. But when they suck, they fucking suck. So like there's really no happy medium with them. And it's like, wow, like the way they played last night was the worst I think I've seen them look all year. You know, like you let someone with one knee score 33 on your ass. Come on, man.
I mean, last night was the age-old thing. Like, man, it's always good when your shot falls and theirs doesn't.
Right. Yeah, man. So, it'll be fun. But yeah, I saw the Christmas Day game, Chris. That's going to be fun. I mean, who knows what'll be on the line at that point. But, I mean, Philly, I still think Philly's the class of the NFC. And, you know, I think for the first time, and I think the first time ever, I think we're going to have a repeat winner winning the NFC East. I just, you know, the only team I really see giving them a run for their money is the Dallas Cowboys. But other than that, I think the Eagles won this division. You saw how they loaded up in the draft. DeAndre Swift, I think, is a huge upgrade over Miles Sanders. And I think he meshes with Jalen Hurts a little bit more. Yeah, the Eagles are going to be fun. They're going to be fun to watch this year.
That's interesting. Vegas
What?
has Philly third.
Well, look.
Behind the Niners.
What? So
Who they
to
got?
win the conference?
Win the Super Bowl.
So it's Philly.
The Niners need to worry about the Seahawks.
Kansas City.
Nah,
Kansas
yeah.
City, the Niners, Philly.
Okay.
Then Buffalo, Cincinnati, and then the Jets, and then the Cowboys are next.
Yeah, I figured as much. So what's been talked about on the show so far? Ronnie, did you look at that microphone yet, bro?
I have not gotten a chance to. I'll do it when we get, like I said, when we get off.
Okay, cool.
Wait,
cool.
who do we got in first? Or who's Vegas got in first?
Kansas City.
Kansas City, KC.
Oh, fuck KC and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you be
No,
respectful.
listen,
How
listen,
dare
listen.
you?
Patrick Mahomes.
I thought I said that better nice, Chris.
Patrick Mahomes is a good person. Fuck his brother and fuck his wife.
Okay then.
Oh, Brittany needs to go away.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Take care of the kids. Go. Leave.
Yeah,
And
take
Jackson,
care.
Stay the fuck in jail.
Nah, dude. With his wife just needs to serve them kids that liquid gold. That's it.
Velveeta?
Shut the fuck up, Ronnie.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, you almost made me spill my drink. God damn you. You
So,
made me
Ronnie,
spill
how
my
do you
gas.
feel about Black
Motherfucker said
Friday?
Velveeta.
I mean, that's liquid gold.
Ronnie,
Yes.
how do you feel about Black Friday?
Well, let's get into that. So,
Ronnie, before that, you and John want to try to go to that game?
That's
Black
interesting.
Friday?
That's
Hell no.
That's interesting. The drive into
East
MetLife
Rutherford?
is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
that's
that area
I-
gets clusterfucked real
especially
quick.
that's a 3:00 game, and everyone's going to the fucking mall,
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, the American Dreams Mall. Yeah.
if you will.
All right. John, you want to go? Since he's chickening out?
I never said I was checking out. Let's also see how much the fucking prices are going to be, because I don't want to spend $300 to sit in the fucking nosebleeds either.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Well, like I said,
No,
Christian,
please.
when is this game?
3:30.
The day after Thanksgiving.
I don't know if I'll be with family, so I really
No.
can't. I don't want to say yes if I'm with Alicia and her family. I don't know. So.
Yeah.
I do have an issue with the fact that they're stepping on college football.
Yeah, because that's usually that's rivalry week, and
That's the egg bowl.
Oh, this just popped up on ESPN. Get the ambulance ready, Niners fans. You got to go to Philly in December.
nice.
Okay.
Even people in Philly don't want to be in Philly in December.
Which means, all right, so if they don't have a quarterback, then they're going to bitch. And then they'll bitch about the cold.
Well, you're saying you're saying in December, right?
Yeah, December.
If they don't have a quarterback in December, they're not making the fucking playoffs.
Nah, dude.
Well, they better have 3 ready just in case 2 go out. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Trey Lance, have fun.
Nah, I think the only reason why he's gonna play this year is for like auditions for other teams, like trade purposes. He better. Damn. Yeah, that's the only reason why he's gonna play.
So, all right. So, with the schedule coming out, Shefty tweeted this morning saying the NFL teams will have some changes to the schedule. NFL will have a Black Friday game, first time ever, which now we know is the Jets versus Miami in MetLife.
Mm-hmm.
We need something new to look for on Friday. Fuck.
Games don't necessarily belong to networks. All games are free agents. Which means one thing. Thursday night and Monday night games are flexible.
Yeah, which Well, the Black Friday game at that time means one thing to me. Means Nebraska and Iowa is not a good rivalry.
Well, it's 3:30 on Black Friday. There's only one game on Black Friday anyway, and that's the Egg Bowl. And that's at 8 o'clock, so they kind of kept away from that, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really, just the Egg Bowl? They used to have Nebraska, Iowa on Black Friday all the time.
Games that matter is the fucking Egg Bowl.
See, the game that matters.
Teams can have more than one Thursday night game. And not all teams are guaranteed to have primetime spots.
Well, I'm reading right now. It's going to be the Cowboys and Giants for Week 1 at MetLife.
What do you see, the Shefty tweeting that, or?
I've seen it all throughout Twitter, but then again, like I really don't share a lot of like what I see on Twitter as far as the leaks because you just never know. Like, like last year, I remember I saw somebody leak out that the Chiefs and Buccaneers, the Mahomes and Brady game, the Chiefs and Buccaneers were playing in Week 7, and they played in Week 4 last year.
We have I don't know how to feel about this.
What?
Oh, that's right. They're not doing. That's right. This year they're changing it. They're not doing New Year's Eve games this year.
Yes, they are.
For college.
Oh, for college. Oh, okay. Because I was about to say the NFL announced. You see what the biggest game is on New Year's Eve.
That's what I'm looking at right now. Cincinnati versus Kansas City.
Yeah, and just looking at that, I'm glad I came on when I did. But not looking at that, I think a lot's going to be on the line there. I think the MVP race could be on the line. The MVP, I think, could be decided in that one because I think Joe Burrow wins MVP this year. Home field advantage could be on the line, and this could be another preview of a potential AFC championship game. These two teams know each other really well, and Kansas City finally got them in an AFC title game last year because they adjusted. They were able to get pressure on Joe Burrow. You can't blitz him. And Steve Spagnuolo only rushed 4 and dropped everybody back in coverage. And that's the reason why Kansas City was able to succeed.
Well,
yeah.
Ronnie, when are the college games? On the Saturday instead on the 30th?
They're going to do the 30th, and they're going to do the 1st.
Yeah, I figured the 30th. Yeah.
This is interesting, though. So the international games got dropped. For
Jacksonville.
2024, they're saying, but it's not 24. It's 23, technically.
Yeah, because Ronnie, one of the games I thought was going to be the opener is being played internationally. You saw that?
Dolphins Chiefs?
Yeah. I mean, I think now it's going to either be Denver in Kansas City, with Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, or I think the better matchup now looking at it would be the Chargers and the Chiefs. Because think about it. The last 2 years, the Chargers and Chiefs have played 2 very memorable Thursday night games. The one in 2021 when Travis Kelce called game, and then they opened up Amazon Prime Thursday Night Football last season. So, I mean, it makes sense if you ask me.
Yeah,
because a lot. Sorry to interrupt you, but a lot of people are saying that it should be Buffalo. Now, I don't think the NFL is going to give us those theatrics so early on. They usually play each other in like October.
No, but week 4 we have Falcons, Jags in London.
Yeah.
Then the next week is Jags Bills.
Where, in London?
In Tottenham, yeah, in London.
Oh, wow. So they're international for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then Germany has 2 games.
Then the next week, hold on, I'll do this. I'll do this real quick. Week 6 is Baltimore versus Tennessee and Tottenham. Then week 9 is Dolphins, Chiefs in Frankfurt in Germany, and then week 10 is Colts, Patriots in Germany.
Interesting. I'm also reading that the Bills and Bengals are going to be playing each other again this year in Cincinnati in November, and that might be, from what I'm hearing and reading, that's going to be a Thursday night game. Look, it was emotional when they met in the playoffs in January. I think it's going to be even more emotional this time because, it's the game it's in Cincinnati, and, DeMar Hamlin is coming back, and that's where everything happened. So I think that scene's going to be really emotional.
Yeah. No, I agree. And yeah, like you said, the big
So
thing
who do you think the Jets play in week 1? I think they play Buffalo. Or do you think they do like what they did for Brett Favre? His first game was against Miami. You think they do that for Aaron?
you know what? I don't know. That's actually a good question.
I think they go Buffalo. I think it's going to be the Jets and Buffalo. Why not? Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, they've only played each other 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. Why not? Aaron's debut. I still think Buffalo is still the class of the AFC East. Why not? Either that or if Denver ends up playing Kansas City in week 1, why not Chargers Jets? Justin Herbert versus Aaron Rodgers here.
Yeah.
So
you know what might have put the Jets over Buffalo if they would have done it in the draft?
what's that?
Christian Gonzalez.
Why? When they drafted Sauce?
Because
Hold on.
think
Chris,
about it, you
Chris,
pair
hold on.
him with Sauce, you basically make teams one-dimensional for years to come.
Didn't I say that on Monday Evening Quarterback?
Yeah, you did. You did, producer.
By the way, I'm wrong. The Egg Bowl is actually going to be on Thanksgiving this year.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Oh,
Like, actually,
okay.
what time?
No time yet, but it's probably 8 o'clock. Black Friday, we have the privilege to go to war, a civil war.
Oh, Oregon State.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Saturday is the rivalry games, Ohio State, Michigan, which I don't think is really gonna draw a lot of chatter this year.
So here's your Black Friday games: Iowa, Nebraska, like we said.
Yeah.
Civil War, Miami, Boston College.
Okay.
TCU versus Oklahoma.
Okay.
Texas Tech versus Texas. And then Toledo, Central Michigan, Ohio, or Akron.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. But I'll just say this to everybody that's listening. Ronnie, you gotta let me know about that microphone so I can order it. Like, let me know what you think because I'm thinking about running an MEQ after the schedules come out and then we talk about it. I think that would be good chatter. You know what I'm saying?
We can break that down. We'll break that down.
Yo.
But no, like right now when it comes to this, like the schedule coming out, it's a big thing. The biggest news out of all this is the fact that no game is safe. Any game could get flexed.
And which I think is good because think about it. No one wants to see a 2-7 team on a Monday night. You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, and it's also nice that like if Amazon wants to fucking shell out the money, they can flex any game. Let's face it, what did they have that was really fucking desirable at the Thursday?
The only game that really stood out to me was the Chargers and Chiefs. Everything else after that was a dud. I mean, the Colts and Broncos last year was horrible. Cowboys and Titans wasn't really enjoyable. Titans and Packers, nah. Like Buffalo and New England, and Baltimore, Tampa Bay last year, like nothing really stood out.
So they can flex any game on Thursday, right?
And Monday.
So everything is flexible.
So do you think a shitty team basically almost gets like relegated to like a Thursday night that nobody cares about?
You ready for this? You can be forced on the Thursday more than one time. So yes. But then on the same hand too, you can get flexed if you're an 8 o'clock game. You can get flexed to 1 o'clock. real quick.
Ugh.
That was a problem.
So-
like you can get flexed to a 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
I mean, so if you're the NFL, are you gonna try to flex a shitty team in a shitty game on Thursdays since no one cares?
That or you try to flex them over, or you try to flex them back to Sunday at 1, where no one fucking will pay attention to it.
And people pay attention to it, sort of, at least. I mean, at least if it's a game no one gives a shit about, you
It's
have
not-
a night, a
it's not a
prime
prime
time
time.
thing where
It's-
somebody might care.
It's not a primetime game. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because if you got the primetime schedule, then you have everyone's going to be locked onto that game. So you kind of want to.
You can see the Cleveland Browns on Thursday nights for a long time.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. All right. So I have one more thing that I want to get into that I talked to Ryan about this, but I want your guys' opinion on this. So Iowa just got handed down some delegations because they have been accused of a gambling ring.
Yeah, boy.
And it seems like more than one, this has been more than one place has been going on with this, because apparently 26 other there we go. I found the article. 26 athletes in Iowa on Monday across 5 sports suspended due to wagering on sports in violations of NCAA rules. In addition, Iowa State acknowledged that 15 athletes across 3 sports were around this, and yes, it was some of these sports were basketball and football.
Oh, boy. So you're saying Nebraska has a chance this year?
But here's the thing. It wasn't just Iowa that got busted for this. Because let's go down to Tuscaloosa.
Oh, boy.
Let's go down
Oh, boy.
let's go down to Mobile, where Alabama's baseball coach just got fired for gambling. It's getting to a point now where we had the article 2 weeks ago about the NFL, about the what's his name, about the player from the Detroit Lions got busted for gambling. Now you're getting all these college kids that are getting busted for gambling violations. Now the question is they don't say what they're doing. Some of them are being suspicious by bets, followed by suspicious bets going into an Ohio casino involving his team. So this is the one out of Alabama, the baseball coach that got fired. He was betting on his team in Ohio, so he was using a runner.
You don't do that. Like, well, in Alabama baseball, I figured it wasn't football because Nick Saban went to kick anyone off the team right away.
Yeah.
So,
No, well, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Because is it getting to a point where people are just going to try to use runners? Because then you're not, and if anyone doesn't know what a runner is, it's where you would make a phone call to another person, send them the money, and they go place the bet.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sending a picture. This is more so for John. I wanted him to see it. But yeah, there you go. Just sent it, John.
I got it.
It's a go-between. So instead of like someone like, so like, I'll use an example for myself. I want to make a bet. I call my cousin, send him the money, he goes makes the bet.
Mm-hmm.
It's still under my bet, but it's not me making it. That's what a lot of these people looked like they were doing. So then, like, how do they stop this? Or not how do they stop it, how do they control it?
Right.
So, I mean, Christian, what's your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, betting is so big now in sports. If it's legal, what's the problem? That's the way I look at it.
Well, it's the fact that, especially with this baseball coach, he bet on his team.
Oh.
He bet on Alabama baseball.
Interesting.
So,
I mean,
All about them. Man.
I have a feeling that, like, eventually the NCAA is just going to be like, if you bet at all on anything as a student athlete or as a coach, now you're all of a sudden you're liable to sanctions.
Exactly.
Like, it's one thing to bet on other squads, but it's on other leagues. But don't bet on your damn team.
That's the big thing. It's don't bet on your own team, or don't bet on anything don't bet on your sport.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
This is why Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that bullshit.
Well, you break the rules.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
I don't give a shit if these guys bet. Just don't bet on your own fucking team.
Yeah, because in all honesty, what is stopping, say, it's almost like someone that would walk into a casino and play blackjack. It's the same thing. You're still gambling, even though you're not betting on your team. You're still gambling.
Look, the gambling's not the problem, but it's that over/under and how much money is going to be made off of that winning bet, especially if you're the fucking coach.
Right.
Because we all know that if shaving a few points off is going to make this coach a fucking millionaire, I can make some bad calls.
Now, you just said the key word right there. The minute you get into that with point shaving, now it's not just a criminal offense, it is a federal offense.
Right, but how many of these fucking coaches are going to think that they can get away with it? Like Belichick. You think if Belichick thought for a second that he could get away with a fucking point shaving scheme, he wouldn't do it?
There's only one real way you can actually physically get away with something like that, and I hate saying it like this, but it's the truth, is if you use a runner and you make sure there's no paper trail to your name. That is literally the only way you could get away with that.
Yeah, but here's the one problem with that, Ronnie. With the way social media is today and the way you could say something like, how many times have we said, you said something 5 years ago, it's going to come out?
Again, you leave no paper trail.
But Ronnie, in today's world, shit will come out whether you want it or not.
He's not wrong.
The only way
go ahead, finish your statement.
The only way that would actually come out is if you fuck over the runner and the runner leaks it.
I mean, I just think that if you're a player...
Hold on, Ryan. Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry.
No. Go, Chris.
Oh, okay. If you're a player or a coach, you want to bet, fine. Just don't bet on your sport. Just don't. And I think the NCAA has to make that rule. You want to gamble? Fine. Just don't gamble on your goddamn sport at all.
But you see, it's like I said, regardless of betting on your sport, don't bet on your sport, whatever. In today's world, nothing is private anymore.
He's not wrong.
You put something
I mean,
on. You put. I mean, I've seen celebrities do it. They put a tweet out, then they quickly realize that they fucked up and they delete the tweet. But guess what? It's already out there. Somebody has already screen capped it. Somebody's already did something with it. It's never, once it hits the internet, it's never going to be gone forever, no matter how much you think you deleted it quick enough.
And in the vein of that, and hopefully, I will put my dick on your forehead.
But no, the whole point is, it's like nothing in this world is private anymore, unfortunately, and that's a sad thing. But you can't tell me I'm wrong, because it's the truth. Because no matter how secret you try to keep it, if it's a high-profile guy, you don't think somebody's going to find out, oh, well, all of a sudden he's into some money. How is he into it? And then they're going to do some digging, and they're going to find out. Okay. Whether it be a coach, player, or whatever, it's going to come out. Just make a mandate. You can't bet. If you caught betting once, you're done.
The thing is,
that'll curb it real fast.
Oh no, I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing: if someone really doesn't want to get found out about it, they will go out of their way to try not to find out, and that means, what I mean by that is, they will not go on social media. They will not. The only way, if they kept completely silent and kept all the paper trail out of the way, is the runner, the person that they're giving the money to, turns right around and throws them under the bus.
This is what I'm saying. When it comes to stuff like that, there's no guarantees. So, in my opinion, just don't do it.
Yeah, this is where the NCAA has to have ironclad rules. Like,
right. Well, it's
you want to gamble, fine. Don't gamble on your sport at all.
Or you know what?
You're out.
Or you know what? Don't gamble if you're going to say, all right, let's just say football player A wants to bet on pro football during, say, when it's an overlap. Don't do it until the season's over. Or if baseball player A wants to bet on a team, don't do it until the baseball season's over. Because something's going to happen where it's going to come out. Somebody always is going to fuck somebody else, all right? For one reason. If that runner is caught making a lot of bets, and one guy sees it, you don't think he's going to throw a couple Benjamins down and say, what's really going on here? You think people can't be bought nowadays? Please. If you think people can't be bought nowadays, you're naive as fuck.
No.
Or with this too.
People can be bought these days.
Oh, you know what? The old joke of Ted DiBiase saying that everybody's got a price. It's true. Everybody's got a price nowadays.
Hold on. Chris, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Like, if you want to go that strict where, just don't bet, then if you're a student athlete, you do not gamble at all while you are an NCAA athlete.
Now
as soon as that's over,
now that's
fair. You can gamble.
Now that's fine.
And same with coaches. If you're an NCAA coach, you can't bet during the season.
But here's the one thing that there's one little caveat that no one talks about that was a big thing in this whole thing, especially with the NFL. When the kid from Detroit got suspended, apparently he never made a bet at a book. It was a bet between teammates, and they suspended him for 4 games.
Still technically gambling, whether it's between teammates or friends. It's still technically
no
gambling.
As much as that is, no, that there's a difference. There is a difference.
How is there a difference? Explain to me how there's a difference there.
To say to somebody, hey, you like this team, I'll bet you $100 that this team wins. Between that transaction is face to face with your friend. It's not you walking into a Vegas book that has odds and saying, "Give me 100. Here's $100. I want route number 282."
All right, if you want to bet between teammates, then you don't bet money. You do the ultimate wager, slot bet.
But here's the thing too. How many times have you seen? Okay, John, riddle me this then. What about the boys that would play in the minor leagues that would play cards on the bus for money?
That's not gambling on a sport.
Poker's a sport.
That's not technically. All right, if it's technically gambling like you're saying it is, then betting between friends is just as much as gambling as the other thing. So you just kind of screwed yourself on that one.
No, because the boys that play poker don't get suspended.
All right, but if it's a friendly bet between friends like you're saying, technically it's the same thing.
They got suspended for that.
Then you know what? Then you make all gambling in all forms illegal. Then you can't have one and not the other. If it's technically gambling in one way or another, it's still technically the word gambling, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, well, someone better go find Michael Jordan and tell him that then.
No Jordan slander.
Oh, come on. When it came to gambling with Jordan, shit.
Okay, look, no Jordan slander. I said what I said.
$300,000 on a putt.
You so damn disrespectful.
Oh, come
Technically, that's gambling. And there you go. That's gambling too, right there.
Come on.
Yeah,
MJ
but
was notoriously known for betting on the golf course.
Not saying you didn't.
See, all right. See what I mean? Like if you're a college student and you slot betting, dude, imagine how hard you're gonna root for your damn whatever do that because you don't want to get this shit slapped out of you.
If you're a college student, you shouldn't be gambling in the first place.
Thank you.
But I'm also talking about the pros.
Yeah, you should be. Slot bet though, you can gamble and it don't cost you anything except dignity.
But I'm also talking about pros at the same time too, because like differences between like what's going on with this and something with like Calvin Ridley, who got suspended for going
Ridley
for going to a book and placing a bet is a little different. Actually, Ridley was dumb enough to do it through a fucking app with his name on it.
Yeah, he's stupid. Like, yo, you could have.
That's just fucking asinine right there.
Look,
see, it's what I said. It's what I said. Don't, it's going to get out.
You could have been more private. You could have came up with, like, Calvin Ridley. Like, what the fuck?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of these apps, you need to put your social in.
Yeah.
So he would have been found
because
out.
there's taxes involved. That's the only reason.
But here's the thing no one's talking about. You don't need to put your social in if you have a runner go do it for you.
Not foolproof, I'm telling you.
It's more foolproof than anything.
It's not foolproof because someone goes, "Oh yeah, I ran for so and so."
No, it's not foolproof. But guess what? It's probably 98%. It's a 98% shot that you don't get fucked over. There still is a 2% chance you get fucked over, though.
What is this, a condom? It's 98% effective.
You see all these ifs and ors? It just proves the point. NCAA has to go no gambling at all.
No.
None. You get caught, you're out.
Yeah, Chris, that's like them saying no beer in the stadium. Look how well that worked out.
Like that's like giving Philly fans $1 hot dog day.
Yeah, but the thing is like this, like Or when you come into the NCAA, I guess you have to have a Gamblers Anonymous meeting right away.
Really?
Because-
You just no-sold Ryan on that one, Chris.
Hey, hot dog day is awesome. Don't you dare talk shit about hot dog day. I saw that.
You just no-sold him so hard.
Nah, don't throw them shits. I wish somebody would throw some wieners at me.
Hey,
Phrasing.
I got you, brother.
Hey now. Hey now.
I'm what? I'm just saying.
Christian, that doesn't sound right, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, dude, I'm just saying. Nah, don't be throwing no damn hot dog long things at me. What the fuck?
He'd be that dude standing in there with his mouth open.
No, the hell I won't. No, the hell I won't.
hey, Ryan.
Dollar Dog Night is awesome. And you can't tell me different.
Oh God.
Jesus!
Oh shit.
But like,
Oh, God.
I mean, that's what it comes down to, though. Like, if gambling's gonna be an issue for college sports, the NCAA needs to stomp it out. Unfortunately, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Or you say you want to bet, slot bet. Done.
What do you have this? What is this love affair you have with slapping other people?
That's a loaded question, but yes.
Oh, no, I mean, it's different how I met your all right. It's different how I met your mother once, and I actually
I
did it
know.
with
I
somebody.
watched the show. I know what
I
it is.
never rooted so hard for the Miami Dolphins before in my life. Because I had a slot bet with a guy, with one of my friends, and it was like, if it was Dolphins, if there was a Dolphins and the Jets, I think it was. I had the Dolphins, he had the Jets. Whoever won the next day at work, you would slap the shit out of the person. In front of everybody. So, you don't want to lose. Because that's dignity, man.
Just don't fucking do it, period. You don't have to worry about dignity. Just don't do it.
All I say is, anyone slaps me, they getting hit in their Adam's apple, and I'm making Adam's apple sauce with it. I'm like, do not put your fucking hands on me. I promise you. Like, I remember one time that happened to me at a Cubs game, because one thing about Wrigley, you'll see it when we all go. The drunks are out and about. And somebody was trying to talk to me, and he was drunk, and then he tried grabbing me by the hand. I'm like, you put your hands on me, you'll be a part of the Ivy. I'm so serious, too.
I know you are. That's what's scary.
Look, man, look. I'm a little hood, okay? That's all it is. That's all it is.
See?
Like,
See how you're like, I don't know it. See, that's why the wager is more important than money, because your dignity is a lot more important than like $5.
But see, my thing is, look, if you owe money, this is why I don't really bet like that. Like, if you owe money, pay your bet. Like, this has happened in the sports group a lot, y'all, because like people are trying to get me in the middle to hold the money. Just in case something happens. I'm like, nah, if you need a third person to hold money between two people, that's just a simple reminder. You don't need to be fucking betting.
He's right.
Like seriously.
No one needs to hold that shit in escrow.
Right. And then, my account ended up getting overdrawn.
Escrow or escrow?
Same thing.
Oh, I've seen the posts on World of Sports where somebody all of a sudden, like, they lose the bet, they don't want to pay up, or no, it wasn't real. And it
Like,
just turns into a big shit show.
Nah, y'all grown. Like, don't do that. Because, yeah, it's like, with me, I remember a couple years ago, I placed a bet with my one friend, placed a bet with me for Duke in North Carolina, right? And we beat them. So, I'm asking. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need my bread, Fred. Like, come on. Like, don't play. You lost. Pay the fuck up. Didn't pay up. And like I see him on Snapchat out at bars and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you paying for her drink with my money? Oh, that's what we doing? And he worked at McDonald's at the time, like part time. So I just showed up at his job one morning. I was just sitting there waiting. I'm like, look, you can't really act a
90
fool.
seconds.
Bitch, I wasn't done talking. Nah. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, look, so this was gonna happen. You either gonna pay up now, or I'm gonna make your life a living hell. So he paid up, and I got me a free breakfast sandwich.
You should have told him, said, bitch, and you're supersizing it too.
Man, look, yeah, nah, I don't play when it comes to money. Like if you owe me, yeah, it's gonna pay me. Mm-hmm.
No, I got you.
60 seconds.
Bitch, did I say you could talk?
Yeah, I remember that one post who was this Cardinals fan. I think he had a Cardinals logo on his chin.
Oh, Sal? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Nah,
Yeah,
but
he had a
see,
bet and he didn't want to pay up.
Nah, I got down to the bottom of it because Sal and I used to be enemies, but we've become friends. And I guess Sal told me somebody made a little racist comment, so I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Like, I need to know everything that's going on in that group. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a shit if it's minor. I don't give a shit if it's major. Like, yeah, he told me what he said.
10 seconds.
Okay, that's the last one. And I'm just like, nah, you got to let me know what's going on, and like, I don't like the person that made the comment that he did, because that's another story, like, for off the air. I don't feel like talking about that now. But yeah, just know, because he tried to make up a lie. Yeah, he mentioned you in it. I'm like, he mentioned me? He goes, no, I didn't. I'm like, I know you didn't. He just started shit like a little biatch.
Bizarre.
And speaking of people that are stupid, while we segue through this, Huggy Bear, good old Huggins, suspended 3 games, docked $1 million, and is now his lifetime guarantee is now year to year for homophobic comments he made on the radio.
You know what? I'll say this. He didn't shy away from it.
Nope, he
was
doubled
like,
down. He doubled down.
He was like, look, I said it. It is what it is. Yeah,
Listen. He can, like I said, he can have his opinion. It is West Virginia, so they're going to be a completely different. They're going to be a completely different type of people, like type of offensive language over there. They do their own thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anyone has to like it.
Yeah, dude. They put the red in redneck out there.
Now, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Does he coach this year? They said they're going to keep him the coach.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this his final year?
I don't know. Did I ever tell you guys I met him? Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Yeah, in 2010, I went to the Final Four in Indianapolis. It was Butler, Michigan State.
Was that the Duke when Duke?
Duke. Yeah, that was the year when Duke won. Duke and West Virginia. My mom's best friend, her husband's godson played for West Virginia. And I'm just like, oh shit. Like, this is something, met a few people, met Bob Knight. I'm not going to even tell you guys how he was, because I think you already know. And I had access pretty much to the West Virginia team hotel and met a couple of people that you guys now know. I met Bob Knight, pretty nice guy. I didn't even think he'd want to talk after getting blown out the way he did. And this name's going to sound familiar. I met Joe Mazzulla. He's now the head coach of the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah, but he was a pretty pleasant guy. But nah, I think he coaches this year. Then again, I know he's getting older.
Well, they already said that he's coaching this year.
Mm-hmm.
But is this his last year? Like, does he coach this year because now the whole thing with the year-to-year basis and stuff like that? Does do one this last year and then write off?
Who knows? That's a good question.
I kind of see that. If not 1 year, he's got 2 more years, and then he just retires.
Yeah, I can see it because you see, like a lot of the college basketball coaches we came up with are retiring. You know, like how much longer? Like honestly, Tom Izzo needs to go. I love him, but he's been there.
He's getting a little long in the tooth.
It's not even that. Yeah, he is. But God, for as long as he's been there, he only has 1 championship.
Yeah. So.
Like really?
So I was about to bring this up. So remember how I was texting you, Christian, saying about USC is going to be a team to watch this year.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they tacked on someone else to help good old Bronny, so Bronny James, aka LeBron James' son, is committed to the USC Trojans. And sitting next to him will be the son of one of the greatest rebounders of all time.
Dennis
Rodman.
That's crazy.
Rodman has officially transferred to USC to play alongside Bronny next season.
Wow.
Okay, I'm kind of questioning, what are the odds now for USC to win the whole fucking thing?
No, they're not winning the whole thing.
Dude, they're okay, win the Pac-12. How about that?
Yeah, but I don't trust Pac-12 teams. Come tournament time, Arizona is a prime example of that.
Well, what's USC right now? Just out of curiosity, 35-1.
Okay.
What the fuck, Chris? What did you put? Trojans suck.
They do. Yeah, man. I don't use Trojans. Raw is law.
Hey, I hate USC, man. Fuck USC. You suck.
I just think it's insane that Bronny is going there because I guess the league never fucking understood that they wanted to get.
Yeah, he wants to be a condom warrior.
Nah, dude. Someone told me that he should have went to Ohio State. I'm like, Ohio State's not a basketball school.
No, dude. If he wanted to go anywhere for basketball, why the fuck didn't he go to UCLA?
Nah, you know where I thought he was gonna go for a minute? I thought he was gonna go to Duke. And I really would have had.
He wants to go to.
Nah, because think about
wants to go to school in Cali, go to UCLA.
Did he want to? But here's the thing: did he want to stay home?
Probably, but
that's why USC. That's why USC is a head scratcher to me.
No, because you like my mom. I remember my mom asked me a couple years ago. You know, when guys are considering going to college, play college basketball, what are the schools that they're going to consider? And which ones do you think immediately came out of my mouth? Kansas, Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, Michigan State. Michigan State's considered a blue blood, right?
Yeah.
Borderline,
yes.
Yeah, UConn's a blue blood.
Now they are.
Now they are.
Gonzaga.
Look at fucking Zaga. They're so overrated.
I know, but they're still blue-bloodish.
They haven't even won anything.
No, but they're in that. You know what? They're in that secondary tier like Butler used to be. And
yeah. I mean, for a minute, I thought he was either going to go to Duke or maybe even Kentucky. Because, Calipari has a thing about landing those high-profile names. I mean, remember, he had Anthony Davis. One time he had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He had John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. Like, he's had guys. There's no denying that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be USC is definitely going to have more games on TV to, definitely check out because they haven't really had a big name like this since OJ Mayo. Think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I just hope they don't overhype him because look, it's no disrespect, but um, he's kind of overhyped to me. He's
We
only
don't-
getting this.
we
He's only
don't-
getting
we
this love
don't
because of
know.
who his dad is.
Right. I was gonna say we don't know anything about him yet.
Yeah, that's true. But nah, it's cool, you know. And I mean, LeBron, I love LeBron's response to him. He's like, I'm just so damn proud of you. Look, say what you want about LeBron, but LeBron seems like he's a good parent. Like he really does. I mean, loves his kids. Then again, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But he said this is the first person in his family to go to college. 'Cause, you know, like I can only imagine. Where do you think LeBron would have went if he went to school?
Is it weird to say that it probably Ohio State?
Yeah, he probably would have went to Ohio State. Yeah, you're right. He probably would have went to OU. OSU.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ohio State. Watch, he would have been that guy that would have went to like Akron.
Yeah. Or okay, here's it. Where do you think Kobe would have went if he went to college?
UCLA.
You think so?
He would have stayed in LA. He would have stayed home.
But remember, he's a Philly boy.
Then maybe
He was a Philly kid. He went to Lower Merion.
Then maybe UConn.
Yeah, I could see it.
He
I know
would've
it was
stayed-
one.
He would have stayed as a blue blood. In all honesty, he would have stayed as a blue blood.
Yeah, like you know, I just always wonder, like you know, where would like a guy maybe like Kevin Garnett have gone? You know, just you know things like that.
Seemed like he would have been a Duke boy.
Who? Kevin Durant?
No, sorry. KD was Texas. KG.
Well, you know where Kevin Durant originally wanted to go, right?
No.
He wanted to go to North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh God, that would have been amazing too. We would have had several ships. Who on Duke would have been able to stop him? Nobody, except the barbershop.
I mean, when Father Time is fighting a receding hairline.
Look, man. Yeah, that's why you just go low, like I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's why you go with the double zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I need Golden State to go on a run. I cannot have the Lakers win this. Look, this is going 7.
You need it to go 7 if you have the Warriors.
Nah, this is going 7. The league is going to rig it. Watch. I'm telling you.
Ryan, we were joking around at the beginning of the show. There's a Donald Trump soundbite. He goes, the system is rigged.
Ryan's gone. He left.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Ryan and Chris both left.
Why did he
Nah, dude.
Just the three of us right now. So
Maybe they left to virtually make out.
Oh, Chris had to leave for some other reason. I think Ryan just.
no, Ryan said he left because he was falling asleep because he was tired.
Yeah.
I saw the post that he put up.
Oh, okay.
He did say it. He did tell us, so it's not like he just left and didn't say a word.
All right. But yeah, you know what? We'll do the we could do the baseball thing really quick because there's not a lot of news in baseball. I know John has something to say really quick. Syndergaard, quick notes. The Mets and Phillies are going to play in London in 24. Farmer's back after taking a fastball to the face, had 4 root canals.
Ouch.
Correa's getting booed by the fucking fans.
Mm-hmm.
Haha. DeGrom's still not back yet.
I don't give 2 shits about him. Syndergaard, after leaving 1 inning after having a cut finger, is now getting hypnosis to fix his yips.
Matt Harvey retired
Nobody
last
wants-
week.
Nobody wants.
Nobody give a damn. Nobody give a damn about him.
But all right, John. I know you wanted to go off about the umpires.
Well, no. So, Chris, did you watch those videos I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see that play in what happened with the Mets and the Reds the other day?
I did.
Was that or was that a blown? Was that not a blown call?
Oh, he blew that.
Now this is the rant I'm trying to make. It's not, and it's going to get back to the umpire I'm talking about. But it seems like this year, and I don't know if you've noticed it, Ronnie. I don't know if you've noticed it, but the umpires have been making more and more screw ups this year than they have in previous years. They're blowing more calls. Even if they have the instant replay, they're blowing the instant replay calls.
Mm-hmm.
It's been continuous this year. And swing this around, Mr. Cuzzy's back in the news again. Did you see the play I'm talking about, Mr. Temper Tantrum, that he threw against the Houston Astros? Ronnie, I don't know if you saw it. I'll try to send it to you. There was a pitcher. I don't know who his name is for the Houston Astros. Now, because I went back and I looked at some of this kid's stuff. He sets himself the exact same time as he does every time. He's never deviated from that. And then Cuzzy comes out and he says, "You balked," and then he starts stamping his feet like a toddler not getting a toy.
Hilarious.
Does this guy not realize the game is not about him? It seems the last couple of weeks he's trying to keep his name in the news. I thought Angel Hernandez was bad. This motherfucker's taking classes under him. It's just, now, I want both your opinions. Is the umpiring getting worse this year because they claim they're under so much pressure with the pitch clock, which I think is a load of horse shit that they're claiming that. Some umpires are claiming that.
Mm-hmm.
We have too much on our plates. Well, then don't be an umpire. And then here's the other thing. If it's such a problem, how come I never hear any of the minor league umpires complaining about it? They've had the pitch clock there for years. They don't have any pressure on them. So why? Just because it's on the professional level now, you got a bitch? No, but I want to hear your take on this, both of you guys. I'm curious.
I mean, umpire has been shitty the last couple of years, so calls are gonna get blown. I just hate when calls get blown and they admit after the fact. Like, okay, well, I admitted after the game. You know, blown calls can ruin a chance at a game. Like, you know, whenever I think of crappy umpires, I think of what was the pitcher's name in Detroit?
Andre Scott, something Galarraga.
Armando Galarraga.
Yeah, he had a perfect game, and Jim Joyce basically butt-fucked the game.
He did.
I hate to use that term, but it's true. He butt-fucked the game. He's like, look, I screwed up the call. Yeah, you did, and you cost the kid a perfect game, and that kid's career has never been the same. He's not even pitching in the majors anymore.
You can't blame that on him, though.
Roddy, did you see that call? Come on. Helen Keller could have spotted that.
Yeah, but you can't blame his career going downhill for a blown call.
I'm not saying his career going down, but I'm just saying
You
it's
just
like...
said his career is not the same after that call.
Well, his career never was the same because of health. I should have continued that is for health reasons. But still, that could have been a mark on that kid's career. Said, look, I pitched a perfect game in the major leagues. And he could have gone down in history as throwing a perfect game, which doesn't happen often.
Right.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Is basically Jim Joyce or Jim Jarrett, whatever the fuck his name was, basically fucked him on the call, realized he did it, and he's like, well, in everybody's mind, you still have it.
Now,
Yeah.
I'll say this. The classiest thing after was the next day when, you know, Armando went to give him the lineup card. And I mean, you know, he didn't have to do that, but you know, the way he just handled himself really stood out to me.
Oh, the kid was classy. The kid was absolutely 1,000% classy.
Yeah, definitely.
But the fact is, it's like I'm sick and tired of seeing these umpires, you know. And I've seen interviews and I've seen tweets from them. They're claiming this year is so much tougher. They got so much on their plates because of the pitch clock thing. They got to have heads on swivels and stuff like this.
Right.
It's a cop out. It's actually a cop out because A, you're blowing calls on the field like the one instance with the Cincinnati Reds and the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
There was a call, I forget which game. I think it was actually the Mets and the Colorado Rockies, The home plate umpire, the ball was a mile and a half outside the plate, off the plate. The umpire called it a strike.
Mhm.
And that's the point where that's where the video clip, I think that's where Jeff McNeil goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it's like, umpires we know have statistically have blown calls. It's been happening
definitely.
forever.
Definitely.
Umpires have done it. Referees have done it in all sports. But it just seems this year, baseball, it's gone up.
Yeah.
And I want to know, is it because they claim they have too much on their plate? I just want your opinion on it.
I don't know. I really don't. Who knows what's going on? I mean, to kind of understand it, but hey, I'll never know.
Ronnie, what do you think?
I have no idea. This whole thing with Cuzzy is ridiculous. I mean, it makes no sense, but I'm watching this right now. It's the Boston Toronto game, right?
No, this was Houston and I think something else. I'll say it's not, if you go to my Twitter page, it's on my Twitter page. That's the same one I sent to Christian. It's like the kid gets set. He's got a weird delivery, but he gets set. I watched the pitch before. He gets set the exact same way and they didn't call a balk. This time, Cuzzy called a balk on him, which was total bullshit. But the thing that gets me is the way he could have just said, "It's a balk, go to first base." I don't think anybody would have cared. But for him to come out and stomp his feet like a toddler makes him look stupid. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
But Christian, you saw what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He stomped his foot like a fucking toddler.
Yeah, he did.
You didn't need to be that dramatic about it. And this is why a lot of people are starting to really come down on him, because they're like, okay, why are you making this about yourself? This ain't about you. It's about the other athletes on the team. You're just there to
he's not
keep.
stopping his foot. I'm going to stop you right there. He's not temper tantering. He's telling him you can't put your foot out like that. The foot movement towards home plate, that second one, is a balk. By letter of
I
the
understand.
law, that is a balk. He's
I'm
telling
not.
him that you can't do that. Yeah, he's a little over dramatic, but
This is what I'm trying to. This is the point I'm trying to make. Regardless of, I understand if it was a balk, it's a balk. That's fine. I'm not saying there was a blown call. Maybe I can understand about the call, but he doesn't need to be dramatic like that. That's what I think I'm getting. That's what I think that's bothering me the
but
most.
here's the thing. I don't know how many damn umpires are over dramatic in the first place. That's how they are. They have to do that to get their point across sometimes, because some of these players are thick-headed.
Granted, but why do they think that they have to constantly make this about themselves? And I think Cuzzy legit likes all the hype that's coming along his way. It's like, oh, they're talking about me. They're talking about me. They're talking about you because you're dog shit.
Exactly.
In my opinion, you're absolute dog shit, Cuzzy.
But
You're a rotten umpire, and you got a rotten personality.
As an umpire,
and your mother dresses you funny.
Here's the thing. As an umpire, I would do the exact same thing Cuzzy did.
Yeah, but you could have said, you know what, you didn't place your feet, but it looks like he's being overly dramatic, which is what bothers me about it.
The call is he put his foot down, then he puts his foot towards home plate, and then sets again. That is a balk.
Yeah. Ronnie, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me.
What he's saying is that second extra foot is what he's explaining to him. He's doing it over dramatic because he has to. As an umpire, I would do the exact same thing Cuzzy is doing. As an umpire, I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, but would you stomp that much though to really sell it?
Yeah, it's not selling it. It's getting through his head. You can't do that. I'm going to keep calling it when you keep doing this. It's getting it through somebody's head. I'm saying, as an umpire, I would do the exact same thing Cuzzy's doing.
I mean, I can't disagree with you, but it's just like, it seems like to me that ever since he pulled that stunt with Scherzer, he likes the attention and he wants more of it. this is my, like I said, this is my opinion, not necessarily your guys, but in my opinion, he likes all the hype he's getting. He likes his name being mentioned in Twitter. He likes that he's trending on Twitter for this, that, and the other thing. I think he likes the attention and he wants to keep doing it at other players' expenses, whether they do right or whether they do wrong.
So, now, there's one thing that I will say that I blame Cuzzy on this one. There's a there's a video under the same one where he does the exact same thing and the pitch goes through. He doesn't call a balk. Now, there is a completely different issue. Same batters, same runners. He did the same thing twice and was called for a balk once.
You see, that's what I said. I said I did a little research with this kid and realized this is the way he comes set normally.
But the thing is, though, is ever since they did this whole thing that they changed it, he should have known that you can't come set like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know what? And you're completely right on that regard. And like I said, I'm not saying the kid didn't balk. He technically did. I've seen, the way he came set, technically did. But what I think is really bothering me is the way he acted about it.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's really bothering me. And it's like, I'm sorry, you're supposed to be a professional umpire in Major League Baseball, and you're acting like that.
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it because as an umpire, as someone who's worked in umpiring, that's how I would explain it too.
Well, I mean, you and I can agree to disagree, but in my case, it's like, I see your point, but do you see my point as well?
No, I see your point. I'm just saying I didn't see Cuzzy do anything wrong there. Now, the whole thing with Scherzer that's a different issue. That's something that needs to be worked over with MLB.
Commissioner Buttfuck? Yeah, good luck with that one.
So, like, they need to pre-stick all the baseballs, in all honesty.
Yeah, well, Manfred still butt-fucked us on that. He's still butt-fucking us on that one, whether we like it or not, but it's the truth. But anyway, that's all I had.
All right, and yeah, we can bring this home unless someone else has anything else.
I got nothing.
Well, Christian, I'll discuss that the other video I sent you after off the air. We'll discuss that. So.
All right.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, thank you for listening to the show. If you like what you heard, follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerdport Network. Follow us individually on Twitter at @FNRonnie.
At the Zombie Master.
Ain't nobody care. I ain't doing all that tonight. I do it next time I come on.
Under the Daily Blitz, join Ryan under Stuntcock STL. Join Chris under Trips NXC. Join us back here in 2 weeks on Monday as we dive into the wide world of the Misfit Toy Collection. And every Wednesday at 8:30 for the betting window, and we do the deep dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wild world of sports. But if you like what you heard, please tell your actually, you also join us pay attention to the Twitter, because we will have random shows popping up here and there. Monday Evening Quarterback, some other stuff coming here and there. Just keep your eye on the Twitter feed.
I'm trying to develop a show of my own that I'm trying to put together. So it might be dropping soon, it may not. So, but like Ronnie says, keep an eye out on the Twitter.
But with that being said, if you like what you heard, tell your friends. If you didn't like what you hear, tell your enemies. But always tell them two things that will always be legit. One, Bobby Bonilla will be getting paid. And two, there's always a teachable moment. And hell, if you don't believe me, then shit, that's just the fact of life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.